Hi everybody, welcome to Live Blogger. In this tutorial series, we are designing this portfolio website from scratch using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now in the previous video, we designed this My Design Process section over here. And in this video, we will design this testimonial section. So let's get started. Alright, here's my source code and let's go to the index.html file and let's go to the end. And this is the end of the process section. So let's create a new section over here and let's give it an ID of testimonials. Now we want these testimonials to be inside a specific width as well. So let's add a wrapper division over here. Now here we don't have any headings. We need to create a slider for this. So let's create a division with the class of slider and we will add multiple testimonials over here. And the next thing we will do is we will create a container division for the testimonials. So let's create a division with the class of testimonials container. Now in this we will have several testimonial content divisions. So let's type testimonials content. And in this we will have the content of the testimonial. So on the left side we need to have this image. So let's create a division with the class of testimonial image. And in that we will have an img tag, and for the source let's type images / and we have this image called testimonial1.jpg. And for the alt, let's type client testimonial. And after the image, we need to have this text of the testimonial and also this name. So let's create a division with the class of text and name. And here the first thing we need to have is this quotation mark. So let's add a division with the class of quote mark. And I have an image called quote icon.svg. So let's add that over here. And then after that, we need to have the testimonial text. So let's create a division with the class of testimonial text. And in that, we will have the text of the testimonial. So I'll just copy this text from here and let's paste it over here. And after that, let's go ahead and create a division with the class of testimonial author. And in this one, let's add the name of the person. So let's type Sarah T. And then let's add a paragraph. So let's go and add this inside an S3. And after the S3, let's add a paragraph and let's add this text over here. So that's basically it with the testimonials content. Now let's go ahead and copy this testimonial content from here. And let's go ahead and paste it 2 more times. Right now, let's add some more testimonials. So this is the first one. For the second one, let's change the image to testimonial2.jpg. And here for the testimonial text, let's add a different text over here. So I'll just add some text. So this is a text. And let's add the name. So let's type John M. And for the designation, let's type CEO of Next Gen Innovations. Right now, let's add one more testimonial. So here, let's change the image to testimonial3.jpg. And here for the text, let's go ahead and type the text over here. So I'll just add something. All right, now for the name, let's add Michael D. And here, let's go ahead and type entrepreneur. All right, that's it with all the testimonials. Now, the next thing we need to do is add these 2 arrows over here. So for that, let's go outside the slider division. So this is the end of the slider division. So here, let's create a division with the class of navigation arrows. And let's add a button with the class of nav arrow and also a class called priv. Now in this button, let's add an SVG. Now let's get the SVG from heroicons.com. Right here, I'm in heroicons.com and let's search for left. And let's copy this icon from here, chevron left. So let's copy the SVG and let's paste it inside here. Right now, let's go ahead and create one more button and let's give it a class of nav arrow and next. And here, let's copy the SVG of the next button. Let's search for right. And this is the chevron right. So let's copy the SVG and let's paste it over here. All right, so with that, we have completed the HTML of our testimonial section. So let's add a comment, end of testimonial section. Right now, let's open this in our browser and let's see how it looks. So if you scroll down, Here we can see we have these testimonials displayed over here. Now let's go ahead and style this using CSS. So let's go to our style.css file and let's create a new comment. And let's tap testimonial section. And the first thing we need to do is we need to add a different background color over here. So here we have this accent color as the background. So let's go ahead and type #testimonials, which is the ID of the section. And let's add a background color of var accent color. And here we can see we have this accent color. Now for this testimonials section, we don't want to have a lot of padding. So let's add a padding top of 1 rem. Right now we need to have all these testimonial content one next to the other. So if we go to the HTML file, here we can see that we have this division with the class of testimonials container, and in that we have the testimonial content division. So we have these 3 testimonial content divisions. Now we want to have all of these one next to the other. So for that we need to target the parent division, which is testimonials container. So let's type testimonials container, and we need to set the display to flex. And here let's add a padding top of let's try 72 pixels, and let's also add a width, and let's set the width to 300% because we have 3 testimonials. And now we can see that we have all these 3 testimonials displayed over here. Now we want to display just one of these testimonials at a time. So let's go ahead and target the slider, which is the container division of the testimonials container. So let's type slider, or let's type #testimonials slider. And let's set the overflow to hidden so that anything outside it will not be displayed. So now we can see that we are not able to scroll to the right. Right now let's target this image. So the image is inside testimonial image. So let's type testimonial image img, and let's set the width to 160 pixels, and let's set the height to 160 pixels as well. Let's set the border radius to 50% so that we have round shape. And let's add a border of 2 pixels solid white, and let's add a box shadow, and let's set it to 0, 4 pixels, 20 pixels, 5 pixels, RGBA 000 and 0.25. And this is how the image looks. Right now let's target the testimonial content, and we need to display all of them one next to the other. So here we can see we have this division of the class of testimonial content, and in that we have the testimonial image and the text and name division. So let's tap testimonial content, and let's set the display to flex and align items to the center. Let's add a gap of 100 pixels, and let's add a padding of 1 rem. Right now let's style the testimonial author. So here we can see we have this division of the class of testimonial author. So let's add a margin top to that. Just type testimonial author, and let's add a margin top of 1.5 rem. And inside the testimonial author we have this paragraph. So let's change the font size of the paragraph. Let's type testimonial author P, and let's set the font size to 1 rem. And let's set the font style to italic. Now we want this quote mark image to be positioned relative to this text and name, so that it is on top of this text, and it should be behind the text, but it is on the top side of the text. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's change the position of text and name. So this is the text and name division, and let's change the position to relative. So let's tap text and name, and let's tap position relative. Now we can target the quote mark division. So let's type quote mark, and let's set the position to absolute, and let's set the top position to -80 pixels, and let's set the left position to -80 pixels, and let's set the opacity to 0.2, and this is how it looks. Now let's add a higher line height for this text. So here we can see that we have added a div for the testimonial text, and if you go to the style.css file and if we scroll up here for all the paragraph, we have already added a line height. So let's change this div into a p tag, and let's do the same for the other testimonials as well. So here let's change this to a p tag. Let's do the same for the third one. And now if you go back, here we can see that we have the correct line height. Right now let's go ahead and style this navigation arrows. So here we can see we have the navigation arrows inside the wrapper division of the testimonials. Now we need to set the position of these navigation arrows to absolute, and for that we will set the position of the wrapper to relative. So let's go ahead and type hash testimonials wrapper, and let's set the position to relative. And here let's go ahead and target the navigation arrows, and let's set the position to absolute, and let's set the right value to 4 rem and margin top of 2 rem, and let's set the display to flex, and let's go ahead and target the next and the previous buttons. So here we can see we have this button with the class of priv and another button with the class of next. So let's target those. I'll just type navigation arrows priv and navigation arrows next, and let's set the width to 40 pixels, and let's set the background color to transparent, and let's set the color of the text to white and display of flex, and let's add a padding of 4 pixels. Let's set the cursor to pointer, and let's set the border to none. Right now let's target the navigation arrows, and here let's add a border of 1 pixel solid RGBA 255, 255, 255 and 0.4. So now this is how the next and the previous buttons look. Now when we hover over these next and previous buttons, we will have a dark background. So let's go ahead and type navigation arrows next colon hover, navigation arrows priv colon hover, and let's set the background color to var dark color. And here let's add a transition so that we have smooth transition. So let's type transition of all 300 milliseconds is, and this is how it looks. And now for the testimonial content division, let's also add a width of 100%. So right now if you take a look at the width, here we can see that it has a larger width than needed. So we need to set the width to 100%. So let's go back over here, and let's go to the testimonial content, and here let's set the width to 100%, and now everything looks alright. Alright, so with that we have designed our testimonial section. Now the next thing we need to do is make this next and previous buttons work. So let's use some JavaScript for that. Let's go back over here, and let's go to the main.js file, and here let's add some references. So the first thing we need to do is target the container of the testimonial, which is testimonials container. We need to move it left and right for the next and the previous buttons to work. And the next things we need to target are the next and the previous buttons. So here we have the next and prev buttons. And the last thing we need to target are the testimonials content division. So we need to check how many testimonial content are there. So we'll use it for that. Let's go ahead and type const testimonial container equals document.querySelector. And let's type testimonial container, and let's type const next btn equals document.querySelector, and here let's type nav arrow next, and const priv btn equals document.querySelector, and let's type dot nav arrow priv, and lastly we need to target all the testimonials. So const testimonials equals document.querySelector all, because we need to select multiple items, and let's type testimonial content. Right, first of all, let's create a variable for the current index, and let's also create a const for the total testimonials. So let's type total testimonials equals testimonials dot length. So this will give us the total number of testimonials using this constant right here. Right now here let's create a function called update slider, and in this function we will basically move the testimonials container left and right. So here let's type testimonial container dot style dot transform equals, and let's use backticks, and here let's type translate x, and here we will use this formula minus dollar symbol curly braces, and inside here we'll just type current index, which starts from 0 at the beginning, times 100 divided by total testimonials, and here we'll add a percent sign. So this will help us move the testimonials container 100% to the left and the right sides. And now let's target the next and the previous buttons. So let's type next btn dot add event listener, and here let's listen for the click event, and here let's type current index equals current index plus 1, and here we'll add a modulo operator, and let's type total testimonials. So what this will do is, if the current index is larger than the total testimonials, then it will go back to the beginning. So if you go to the last slide and if we click on the next button, it should go to the first slide. So that's why we use this modulo operator over here. And now we can simply go ahead and type update slider. And in the same way, let's go ahead and create one for the priv button. So let's type priv btn dot add event listener, and for the click event, let's go ahead and type current index equals current index minus 1, and here we need to add plus total testimonials modulo total testimonials. So this will give us the correct value from 0 to 2, because we have 3 testimonials, 0, 1 and 2. And here let's call the update slider function, and let's go back to our website and let's see whether it works. So let's click on the next button, and it is not working. So let's go to the inspector and let's see whether we have any errors. Let's go to the console, and here we can see we have this error at line 30. So it says cannot read properties of null. So I think here this is null. So we are referencing it over here, document.querySelector. Let's see whether the class name is correct. Let's go back to index.html, and here we can see it is testimonials container. We need to add an S. So let's tap S, and we will add the S over here as well, and here. Right now let's go back and let's see whether it works. Let's click on the next button, and we have the next testimonial displayed, and everything is working all right. Let's also add smooth transition. So let's go back over here to the style.css file, and for the testimonials container, we need to add a transition. So let's type transition of transform, and 500 milliseconds and ease in out. So now let's click on the next button, and we have the next testimonial being displayed, and after the last one we have the first one being displayed, and the previous button is also working all right. So with that, we have completed designing our testimonial section for our website. So that's basically it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments below, and if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.